It's hard to tell exactly what the argument is in this video because at its core it's a low effort, low quality video with just a picture and a few words of text, but I think I get the basic idea that is being argued, so here we go. The problem with this argument is that it fails to recognize that the word is can be used as an identity statement, but also as a way of attributing properties. Let me give an example. Suppose I said A is B, C is B, therefore A is C. Some of you might be having flashbacks to math classes where you learned about the transitive property. The idea in statements like this is that is being used to make an identity statement. It's saying A is identical to B. And if we say A is identical to B and C is identical to B, we can't turn around and say that A is not identical to C. In the video, the implication is that if we say Jesus is God and we also say the Father is God, by similar reasoning, we have to conclude that Jesus is the Father. Again, this is my best guess at the original argument, since apparently the person making it can't be bothered to spend 30 seconds explaining their reasoning. So what's the problem with this argument? Well, it fails to recognize that when we say Jesus is God and the Father is God, we aren't making identity statements. The word is in common vernacular can also be used to ascribe functions and properties to the thing in question. For instance, suppose I said James is human, Sally is human, therefore James is Sally. This is clearly a ridiculous argument because we know that when we say James is human, we are ascribing a property to James, not saying that James is identical to being human. We use is in this sense all the time. James is tall, James is bored, James is alive, and so on. This is what Christians mean when we say Jesus is God and the Father is God, but Jesus is not the Father. Both Jesus and the Father share the property of being divine, or share the property of being of the divine soul or spirit that I mentioned in my last Trinity video. We aren't setting up strict logical identity statements. I don't think there's much more to say regarding this video, so I hope that helps.